This lighting, y'all, this lighting. Hey everyone, I am your fave nurse B. You have to excuse the lighting. We're in the car, we got stuff to do, but I wanted to get a video out for you all. And Madison gonna keep talking the whole time I'm talking, so I swear she was quiet this entire time. But anyways, I want to talk about not necessarily like nurse burnout, but I just want to talk about when you get to that point in your nursing career. This is for people who are in it, working, not a student. Like, you're working, you're a new, even as a new nurse, you've been doing this and you're like, I'm tired of this. Like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. I'm tired of it. This is not for me. Like, I hate this. I hate that I became a nurse. I'm just over it. Because I have been there, you all. Y'all know the video. I was literally in this car ranting, basically ready to walk out on everything because I was just not feeling it anymore. And I want to make this video for you all, talking about that and seeing, like, if you get to that point where you're tired of nursing, is it time for you to step away from it? What does that mean? What could be going on a deeper level? If you feel like you're at that point and you want to, you know, kind of dissect it and see why, this video is for you. Alright, so first thing I want to say is, of course, we all know you should never go into nursing or into healthcare unless you have the heart for it, or like actually a genuine interest in healthcare and helping people in the healthcare environment. So of course that goes without being said, because you're going to be putting so much of your energy into it, so much of yourself into it, and you're not necessarily going to be getting anything back in return except for a check. Yeah, I don't even know if I can do this video. This child, be quiet, girl. So you're not going to be getting a lot of that back. More so, you're going to be getting people complaining to you, people outcome. You're not going to be always getting the outcomes that you want out of a situation. You're going to be overworked. You're going to feel like I'm underpaid, like I'm doing way too much for what I'm getting paid for. And yeah, I don't know. I'm working on getting this video together for y'all, but I think like the first thing you got to realize is that, like, something else I want you all to look at is, are you identifying with nursing as it being your career, or is nursing your life? Okay? Are you seeing nursing as your career, or are you seeing nursing as your life? That's very important, because if you see it as your life, okay, let me back. If you see nursing as your career, you are your own person. You have your own identity, your own interests. You have a life, and then but you are a nurse. Versus people feeling like nursing is their life. Like, I'm a nurse, this is what I identify with. I'm a nurse every day, all day, ABC, 1, 2, 3. I'm a nurse. Like, that's it. That's them, point blank, period. And it's like they don't really detach from that nurse mode. And I think some people feel like in order for you to be a nurse, you have to stay in that nurse mode. You have to always be a nurse, and it has to be your life. Like, I'm doing everything I do is for my patients. Everything I do is for them. I'm always giving. I'm always da-da-da. It's kind of like that mom type of complex of like, I do everything for my kids. I do nothing for me. I do everything for my husband. I do nothing for me. I'm just a selfless servant to my family type of deal. And I'm here to say that that's whack. That's whack as a mother, and that's whack as a healthcare professional. At the end of the day, of course, you want to make sure you're in the best headspace, the best mental space that you can make the best decisions for your children, for your patients, for your clients. But at the end of the day, you are you. At the end of the day, you are you. And if you are the nucleus of your family, just like you might be the nucleus of the healthcare field, or you are such a huge, important role in your patient's life, if you are the nucleus, then it's very, very important for you to replenish yourself and to take care of yourself and to be on a very, very high vibration, y'all. But it kind of gets hard when you're giving a lot of your energy to somebody, or to a job, or to patients, or to your family. It's really hard to get back in tune with you and what you got going on, because you see so much of yourself in the role that you take on. You see so much of yourself in a title. Okay, and that's where things get dangerous. This is why some people at the job, they come to work and they be a whole hot, dusty mess because they see so much of themselves in their role, and it's just like they don't detach from it. You have to have a healthy amount of detachment. That's why they literally teach MDs detachment, because you can't just be all in it. You know what I'm saying? You have to have a healthy amount of space between you and the people you're taking care of. And I know this kind of seems crazy. Okay, where are you getting at? Like, where is this getting to? And why am I in traffic? Dang it. Ugh. Okay. But you have to have some type of safe distance from it. And don't always tie yourself up into that job, because you are always going to be disappointed if all you do is tie yourself up into a job, into I'm a nurse. Because guess what? You're going to get overworked. There's going to be times where you do not get the outcomes that you want. I'm sorry. Thank you for listening to this video, because I know it looks crazy and this baby is just talking. But you're not always going to get the outcomes that you want out of it. People are not always going to appreciate what you do. And I'm not saying that nursing isn't rewarding. Yes, it is very rewarding. But is it a lot of times where it's a lot of letdowns, or it's a lot of heartache, or you feel like you're not being appreciated, you're not being valued? Yes. Yes, and yes, there's a lot of times like that. So if you put so much of your self-worth, that's the thing, if you put so much of your self-worth and your self-image into being a nurse, then of course you're gonna be burnt out, because you're putting all of yourself into this job. It's still a job. Now, I know some people feel like, okay, nursing is a calling, healthcare is a calling, and I do agree with that. I do agree that in order for you to get up and take care of human beings and deal with their bodily fluids and deal with all of their emotions and issues and traumas and all that deal, on top of you dealing with your own life, that takes some work. That takes a certain gift in you as a human being to be able to do that, right? Consistently every day. But where the real gift comes in, where the real flourishing of who you are and what you can bring to the table comes in, is when you create that balance of being who you are as a professional, but being who you are as an individual. And I think that a lot of times we get so burnt out because the scale is totally tipped the other direction. You're putting all of your energy, all of your focus into the job versus putting your focus on you. And I'm not just saying just, oh, go get a massage, girl, get you a little vacation, like, you know, get you a bubble bath, do a little face mask. I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about really getting down to the nitty gritty of what you want out of life. What is your life? How do you want your life to look? How do you want your relationships to be? How do you want, what mark do you want to leave on the world? What impression do you want to make on people? What do you want out of life? And then also thinking about, who am I? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? What can I be working on? Like really understanding yourself and knowing who you are. Because if you know who you are, regardless of if anything in your life changes, if you know who you are, none of this external stuff is ever going to get to you. It's never going to shake you. Now, of course, you're going to have those moments where, because we're all human, but at the end of the day, when you can really work on you, like do some inner work, you're gonna find so much more fulfillment in life in general. But I know that it becomes harder to really focus on you and to take that time to look at past mistakes that you made, look at past wins that you've had, and really digest in your mind, okay, what did I do to get here? How did I attract this person into my life? Why do I keep attracting people into my life that's not for me? Why do I keep getting in situations where I'm having money issues, or situations where I'm not able to find fulfillment? What is happening? What am I doing? What do I need to work on? It's hard to do that when a lot of your energy is being pushed out to helping other people. When a lot of your energy is you having to sit back and just listen to what somebody's saying, like, okay, and then get it done. Like, it's hard to do your own work because you're getting so distracted by everybody else. And I believe that's the true cause of burnout, is because you don't have time for yourself. I'm not talking about sitting down Netflix and chill. Like, I'm talking about legit time for yourself. That's why, for me, leaving out of the setting of healthcare that I was in, working in a nursing home, and being at home, and that wasn't enough. It wasn't just about me leaving the job. I didn't feel like I came to a better point in my evolution of Brandy. I don't feel like I got to that point until I started meditating. Now, I know everybody not for meditation, but that's a whole nother video on the channel. But I didn't really start, I feel like, elevating and growing as a person until I started having that time to myself, like literal time to myself, no distractions, no nothing, and I really was just quiet with myself. I didn't get there, and I know this video is not for everybody, because some people, they just want a band-aid, you know, quick fix solutions, do this, do that, and then 2 months down the line, you right back in the same position, ready to leave your job. But you gotta work on yourself and really see what you want out of life, because you might think that you want to do nursing, you want to be at this job, and then in reality, you just want to have something that's stable. You can have stability anywhere you go. It doesn't have to be this job. Or you just want to have that title of or you feel like, I done did all this time going to school, I done spent all this money, I'm gonna get something out of this, I'm doing something with it, you know, and that's why you stay in it. So I feel like a lot of people, you got to start working on yourself and see, what do you really want? And just to be on a more practical, like, do this, do that type of thing. A lot of people in my last video that I had did talking about how I want to leave my job, they were like, maybe it's just the job setting. Now, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. But when you leave something, you start something new, it's good, it's great, it's fun for like, what, a month, and then you're back with that same feeling of emptiness. And I think the reason why people get back to that same feeling of emptiness or hopelessness or despair or just, I'm tired, I'm over this, is because they don't work on themselves. All they do is try to change their external environment, but inside there is still the same. You gotta work on you and see what you want out of life and really get to the nitty-gritty of it, beyond the money, beyond the titles, beyond people looking at you and saying, oh, she did it, I'm so proud of her. Beyond all of that, what do you want out of life, and why are you here? And like I said, I know this video is not for everybody, but I do urge you to take some time to get in tune with yourself, to journal. You can pray, you can journal, you can meditate. You can just literally sit in a quiet room and just be for a minute. You can wake up in the morning, instead of grabbing your phone, you can just sit there and just be grateful and thankful for the day. You can talk to people. You can look at past situations and really look at that situation from an objective point of view, not, oh, I'm so hurt and so torn down by that, but really look at it and be like, why did I attract this man into my life? Why did I attract this woman into my life? What was going on around that circumstance? What did I learn from this person? What did I learn about myself? What is it that I really want to work on within myself? What do I want to build up within myself? So it's not always about, I want to make this amount of money, I want to go on these trips, I want to get this bag, I want to do this. It's not always about material things. At the end of the day, I mean, I love material things, I love money, you know, but we live in a material world as spiritual beings, and I think a lot of people are disconnected from who they are as a spiritual being, as something beyond the body. And like I said, I know this video not for everybody, because people don't see things like this, but I think this is why people are very upset with their lives and they're not happy, because they feel like everything is happening to them. Oh my goodness, why everything happening to me? Woo is me, da 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 da. I hate this job. These people at this job, they don't know what they doing, da 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 da. Okay, maybe it's you, boo. Every time you go to a job, it's an issue. Maybe it's you. Every time you get to a relationship, it's an issue. Maybe it's you. Every time you get a lump sum of money, it's gone the next day. Maybe it's you. It's something within you that has to change. You have to grow. This is the end of a decade. If you're watching this video and it's in 2019, this is the end of a decade. What are you doing to level up in life? And I'm not talking about getting bags, making money, do this and the third. That's something else. Of course, you want to do that. You want to have the money. You want to have those things. But if you aren't doing your inner work, when you get those things, what's the point? What's the point? When you get those things, it's still not gonna matter anymore. You're still gonna have that feeling of emptiness, because you're looking out here at the world to make you happy. You're looking out here because you got an RN, you got a BSN, or you're an LPN, or you went and got your doctorate degree. Like, you're looking at all this external crap to tell you that you're good enough, that you're this, that you're that, and the world is always gonna make you upset, because the world doesn't care, y'all. Now I know that's like counterintuitive, me saying, you know, positive vibes and all that, but at the end of the day, the world is fickle. Only you know you. Only you can change your vibration. Only you can really attract what you want in your life. A job is not going to make you happy. Leaving that job and going to another job is not going to make you happy. You're going to just shift those issues to another job. Now, of course, there's practical things that could be going on in a job that you do need to leave. There's a such thing as stuff just being toxic, right? But we can control how we react to those toxic environments, and we can control our mindset. We can control so much. Yeah, this video just getting into something else, but I just want to come on here and lend you all like a different perspective when it comes to nurse burnout, or when it comes to just not really liking where you are in life. And I can do more videos like this. Thanks for bearing with me. Now, of course, the lighting is perfect, but thanks for bearing with me with the lighting and my baby. I hope somebody got something out of this video. Let me know in the comment section what you got out of it. Where are you right now? What do you think about it? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I do want to let you all know that I did an interview. I did 2 interviews with a nurse practitioner. She's out in California, named Dr. Miller. She has something called Starter Nurse Academy, and she has a course coming up talking about nurse burnout. This is not like a sponsored video. I just really legit think she's dope. She has a lot of great information. So she's having a webinar or a workshop coming up about nurse burnout, and I think you all should go check it out. You can get 20% off until December 31st. So go check her out. I'll leave all her information in the description box, as well as a link to the 2 videos that we did. But just as a recap, or just to end this video, work on you. Work on you beyond the money, beyond the title, beyond the job. Work on you. Find that time within the day. Give yourself 15 minutes out of the day, if that's what you got to start off with, to work on you. Take a second to step away from the job. The job is not going anywhere. Those patients ain't going nowhere. They're going to keep coming. So you jumping and hopping and skipping for the money gonna keep coming. You're gonna always be able to make some money, just like you always gonna be able to spend money. But you, your soul, your evolution of who you are, your personal growth, that stuff is like, it's so important for you to work on you, because there's a whole nother life waiting for you, boo. It's a whole nother life waiting for you. You just got to step into it, and there's just so much more you can. It's just so much more, y'all. And I'm, like I always say, I tell you all the same thing I tell myself. This is my therapy. So I love y'all. I appreciate you all. Like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram, YourFavNurseB #1. Also follow the YourFavNurseB Facebook group, and like, comment, and subscribe. I want to know what y'all think about this subject, and I hope you all are going to take some time out of the day, every day, for yourself, either at the beginning or the end of the day. Throughout the work day, just say, you know what, I'm going to take a real break, walk away from the job. Not just walk away, but, you know, go see your car, whatever you can do. Put your phone down and just take a minute to yourself. Just take a minute, close your eyes, give yourself a little pep talk, and finish doing your day, okay? So, all right, y'all, I gotta go. Now the baby quiet, now the lighting is better, now she's talking again. I gotta go. Peace, y'all.